Okay, honestly, I forgot I was supposed to be doing this, so I'm just gonna do it on the floor in this like empty room. Are you excited? I really hope I'm center frame right now. I'm probably not. Somebody tell me if it's off. Okay, I'm just here to answer some of your questions that I asked you if you had questions, and then people actually had questions, and I didn't expect that. And then I just forgot to do this. So, I'm doing it now though, so that's progress, I guess. What's your favorite band? Okay, I don't know if I have a specific favorite band. If I had to pick one as like probably the one I listen to the most is Glass Animals. Fuck their second album though, that's some bullshit. But Zaba, their first album, their debut album, it's, oh my god, it's back to back one of the best albums I've ever listened to. Oh, it's so tonally consistent. The beats are so funky. Dave Bailey is the singer, and he's great. Brings a lot of character to the music. Overall, just a great album. But other people that I listen to are like Megadeth. Fucking love me some Megadeth. Lamb of God. I know it's a weird, harsh left turn from Glass Animals. Arctic Monkeys. Big fan of Arctic Monkeys. Always have been. And Tom Waits. Tom Waits is definitely one of the best musicians to ever live. And he's just, oh my god, he's hilarious and amazing. And so if you haven't listened to Tom Waits, go listen to Clap Hands or Rain Dogs or Going Out West, if that's the name of the song. Something about the West, Ninth and Hennepin. There's just like, all of his music is so amazing. Tom Waits is incredible. All right, how did you learn to edit? By editing. If you want to do it, then just edit the whole bunch. I made a bunch of shitty movies, like my friends in high school. I'm sure you'll be seeing some on the screen right now. Some pretty dope-ass action sequences. I don't know, I just watched people who edited. I watched things that were edited, YouTube videos, and tried to study when cuts were made. And then just, I've been editing for years, so it just comes out of that, I guess. What kind of editing software do you use? I use fucking iMovie. So you can do anything. I'm fucking basically editing these videos on like Windows Movie Maker. So live your dreams. iMovie is so fucking terrible. And I know how to use Premiere. I have a minor in film. I have a major in game design and a minor in film. So I've used Avid, I've used Premiere. I know how to use Sony Vegas, all these kind of fucking things. But they all cost money. And iMovie's free. So I guess I'm stuck with it. Thoughts on the Infamous series? Okay, well, I'm not a huge fan, honestly. TBH, TBQF. It's okay. Infamous is fine. I played the first one, and I played Second Son. I played both of those to completion. I have not played Infamous 2, so that could be a fun video. Like, just call the video, I've never played Infamous 2, and just give my thoughts on it and stuff. That could be an interesting one, but I don't know. Everybody always compared Prototype and Infamous when it came out, and I think that kind of stigma has just stuck around in general. Like, when you bring up Prototype, even to this day, like a decade later, but it's like, well, what about Infamous though? If Infamous was the better game, it's like, fuck off! They're totally different. And the main thing that I like about Prototype that I prefer, the gameplay I just think is much smoother, much more interesting, much more visceral, and endlessly replayable. It feels more dynamic when you're in it. But the big problem I had with Infamous, like through both of the games that I played, is that their cities feel really lifeless. Like, their cars are like little box cars on tracks, it feels like. It just feels fake. And I don't know why, really. I would have to go through and just, play them again to really figure out how to verbalize, why I feel these games are kind of lifeless. But that was a big thing in the two Infamous games that I played. And I just thought, I mean, okay, Delson Rowe, fun character, for sure. Definitely a fun character, and a really good kind of, like, launch title for the PS4. I don't know if it was exactly a launch title, but it was around that time. One of the earliest games on the system. It's a good start for the console. Good performance by Troy Baker. Fun story. But just not really memorable. And that's kind of how I feel about the whole series. I just don't think it's very memorable. Yo, bro, do you play Minecraft? Of course I fucking play Minecraft. Only assholes don't play Minecraft. I used to have, oh my god, man, when I first played Minecraft, I played that shit. I was on the cutting edge of that shit. I was playing Minecraft in, like, whatever year Minecraft first started in, I don't know. Who got me? SeaNanners, right? Anybody remember SeaNanners? But I remember I saw him playing, like, really early versions of Minecraft. Really early. And I hopped in on that shit. I was on that hype train from day maybe 6 or something, I don't know. Minecraft's great. Minecraft's one of the best indie games ever made. I haven't watched it yet, but White Light did a serious critique of Minecraft video, and that seems like that would be pretty interesting. I was thinking about kind of doing that, or like a let's make a game for Minecraft 2. Like, what would you do with a sequel to Minecraft? But I don't know how I got there, but I'll watch that White Light video soon. If you could go back in time and work with any developer on their past projects, who would it be and which project? That's a cool-ass question. David Doak and Time Splitters. Because it really seems like those Time Splitters games were made in a time and by a team of people who were just allowing themselves to not give a fuck. For instance, like the monkeys in Time Splitters, the classic monkeys. They came about because somebody made a monkey. Just somebody modeled a monkey, and they were like, okay, well now I guess monkeys are in Time Splitters now. And that's how we get the monkeys that we all know and love from the Time Splitters series. It just seems like it was a fun project to work on. Like, it just seems like everybody was having a good time, and that resulted in the feel of Time Splitters that is so beloved. They're just crazy, off the wall, just throwing and seeing whatever sticks. That kind of stuff just seems to have come from the studio and the time that they were making it in, and of course it resulted in one of the best shooters ever made. Nobody ever mentions that. Nobody ever says, like, when you ask somebody what's the best shooter ever made, nobody ever says Time Splitters. But I don't know, they should. How far do you want to go with YouTube? Like, are you wanting to make it a job or just a hobby? I guess it's mostly just a hobby. For so many years, like, nobody was watching at all. So I was just doing it to amuse myself and my girlfriend. It was just something I did, just, I don't know, because it was fun, and it kept my editing skills sharp. It was just a hobby. But yeah, definitely a hobby that, like, benefits me. Because I really don't think that I would have the job that I have right now if it wasn't for this channel, if it wasn't for the fact that it blew up in, like, March, at that specific time, right when I was just beginning the interview process for the job that I got, like, a month ago. I've been working at this job, this studio, doing mission design for a month now, and I so wish I could tell you what I was doing, but I can't. But when it gets revealed, I will tell you guys that I'm a part of it, I guess. It's a studio that I'm sure you've all heard of. And I guess just whatever studio you think I would probably fit the most in, that's probably the one I'm at. I don't know. I'm just real happy to be where I am right now. But yeah, it's always just been a hobby. And suddenly now 75 fucking thousand people are watching. So, you know, I hope that doesn't change the feel of the videos. That's kind of my one worry at the moment, is that all these people now watching is just gonna make me feel more self-conscious. I feel like part of the appeal of the channel, the reason why so many people started subscribing so quickly just at that one point, is A, because I got exposure for once. YouTube was finally like, oh, maybe people want to watch these guys' fucking videos. But also because I just think the videos, like, it really does just feel like a guy in a corner just yelling at shit. I don't know. Yeah, I think part of the appeal of the videos is just that it feels like just me, just being me. And I had so many videos made at that point just back catalog that like people were able to jump on and oh my god, this guy's got 30 fucking videos. I don't even know how I got here. YouTube's a hobby. Why do you use the Little Big Planet music at the beginning of your videos? Okay, so at first, if you go back to like the earliest kind of talking videos, there's a bunch of Let's Play videos kind of like on the channel before I started doing this kind of stuff that kind of helped me blow up, like the editorials and the top 10s or whatever. But I started by doing the top 10s, and you can go back to the top 10 of 2015. That was the first kind of thing that I did, and it begins with the Little Big Planet music, and I just picked that because I thought it was funny. Like, if you go and watch the top 10s, like almost every time when that song plays, like when it begins, like boo doo 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 doo, when it hits that final note, and then the whole song kind of starts out, like there's always something horrifying happening, like violent and brutal, and I just thought that was kind of funny. I don't know. I initially picked that Little Big Planet music because I wanted the contrast of this adorable, lovable song that just instantly gives you nostalgia, like, Little Big Planet, oh! What inspired you to do YouTube, despite YouTube having other channels that do video game essays? What's the biggest struggle you have when making a video? There wasn't really a particular thing that inspired me in spite of other channels having kind of similar content. I just kind of did it. And just started doing it. Like, nobody was watching for so many fucking years. And, you know, that's like, I never thought I was gonna get big. You know, of course, everybody always hopes that they're gonna end up with fucking 75,000 subscribers or some shit. And I'm so lucky that that happened to me. But I didn't go in with the intent of like, oh, I gotta carve out a unique niche for myself or anything like that. I just like thought maybe I can make funny videos with my own voice, I guess, and stubbornness also helped with that too. Just not stopping. The biggest struggle when making a video, I don't know. I guess just making sure that the video doesn't suck. Like constantly questioning myself about the quality of the video and the quality of the content and the jokes and all that shit. So just trying not to be so down on myself is probably one of the biggest struggles, as I'm sure is the case with most other people who make content. Quick rundown of your process of making videos, ? The process you use to write scripts, gather gameplay, etc. So okay, I kind of have it written down here. I start by playing the game and writing notes, and just like trying to absorb the experience and just make jokes to myself. Usually my girlfriend's right there with me, so we just bounce shit off of each other. That whole Outlast video, like, would not have been nearly as funny if I wasn't playing that with my girlfriend, because we were just ribbing that fucking game for like the whole 12 hours. Like, and a lot of the jokes and a lot of the observations just came out of our conversations. But yeah, I start by playing the game and taking notes and making jokes, and eventually I'll find places to slot those jokes and notes and observations into the script after I make a structure for it. So I finish the game, I try to finish the script, and I have a lot of like loose notes and experiences that I can integrate into the script at that point. So yeah, I finish writing the script, and then I gather footage. Usually in editorials, that'll mostly come from the footage I gathered while I was playing the game, of me playing the game, like Wolverine, that's all my footage. But for some videos, like the top 10s in particular, I use a lot of other people's footage. So that gathering that footage is like, it's the most arduous task. It's the worst part of making the videos, in my opinion. I just do not enjoy having to sift through YouTube and find specific clips, because I'm very specific about what I show on screen at any given moment. I always want the footage to directly correspond to the exact words I'm saying, so often I have to search through hundreds of fucking YouTube videos, or just download like an hour-long video so I can use one 15-second clip inside of that hour or something. Like, just... So footage gathering takes a long fucking time, and then that's when the editing starts, when everything is all gathered up together and I got a script, and alongside gathering the footage, I'm polishing the script and all that stuff kind of simultaneously. But then the editing starts, and the editing is the easiest part for me always. It's like, it's just become like relaxing to do at this point. I just really enjoy cutting stuff together, and so that's the easiest part. It's usually the shortest part too. So once I finally get to the actual video editing, I feel like I'm getting close to the end. And that just comes naturally. It's just really fun. And so yeah, I edit it, and then I have to add the effects shots, which is like when the text pops up on screen, or you know the effects shots when you see them. It's just when something weird happens on the screen, or something gets added in, or that kind of shit. So I put everything in After Effects, and then I do it there, and then I import it back into iMovie, and then I just plop in those specially adjusted shots, and then the video's done. And then I'll balance the audio one last time. I usually balance the audio before I even get to the video editing. Of course, I have to cut all the audio, and then I'll do the video once all the audio is cut together. So usually I'll do an audio pass once I finish the audio, and then at the very end of the process, I'll do one final audio pass to make sure everything is like at similar levels throughout the video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What was the first ever video game you remember playing as a kid? Wario Land. Motherfucking Wario Land on the Game Boy Color. And Tetris. Tetris on the Game Boy Color as well. Or maybe the original Game Boy, honestly. But yeah, it was Wario Land. That's the first one I really remember playing. I remember being handed the little Wario Land cartridge. And I remember playing that game. Oh, it's so good. Wario Land is fucking awesome. Maybe I should make a video about that one at some point. Got any people on YouTube that made you want to start your channel? Or was it just pure burning passion that got you here? It wasn't just pure burning passion. Of course, I got a lot of inspirations. The person that inspired me to like start doing editorials and stuff, and like, the kind of Outlast video, Wolverine video, Spider-Man stuff, that kind of content, that is the main appeal of the channel at this point, for sure. The only appeal of the channel, because it's the only shit I make. But yeah, The Gaming Brit Show was the first person I watched kind of years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, and he's just great. The Gaming Brit Show is fucking awesome. And he's got a great balance of humor and analytical stuff. Seems like he's been leaning more into the analytical stuff lately with his content, but he's still really funny, and that Ninja Gaiden 2 video was hilarious. So fucking funny. So yeah, and you can even see that Resident Evil 6 video, Resident Evil 6 comparing to the 7th one, that was inspired by his Resident Evil 6 video. I hated Resident Evil 6 for, a long time, as most people did. But then I watched his video, and I gave Resident Evil 6 another shot, and it's one of my favorites now. It's such a piece of shit, but it's so good. But yeah, I left like a desperate, tiny YouTuber comment. Maybe you can even still find it. Maybe I deleted it out of embarrassment. But somewhere deep in his Resident Evil 6 YouTube video comment section, there's me like saying like, "Oh, please come to our channel and watch my video. You inspired it." But he actually did. He actually fucking came and watched the video, and he left a comment. And his comment was like the second or third ever on that video, and it's just like, funny video. So that's great. So yeah, The Gaming Brit Show was a real inspiration for the editorial stuff. And originally, the first people on YouTube that really like caught my attention were Two Best Friends Play. Back when they were on Machinima and doing those like short episodes. I think they kept doing them for years. Oh, they're broken up now, that's so sad. What would you say to someone thinking about starting a YouTube channel? Any tips or guidelines or anything to help me get subs? I'm probably not the person you want to ask about getting subs, because I had like no subs for like 5 years, so I have no answers for you there. But I guess just be yourself. I guess that's it, really. That's a horrible tip. Practice, don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Just keep that mentality. I don't know. Make sure you look at other content creators and see what you like about them and what you can maybe take from them to, put your own twist on it. My twist is that I curse a lot. That's fucking it. Like, you don't see a lot of other YouTubers, I feel like, who use profanity to the extent that I do. That's a shitty hook, isn't it, man? No, but just be yourself. Try to be unique, I guess. Don't just copy people. I don't know. And just keep pushing. Because maybe you'll be like me. Maybe you won't have any subs for fucking 5 years, and then maybe all of a sudden, 75,000 people. It can happen. How did you come up with your name? I don't know if I should say this. Well, it comes down to 3 simple letters. LSD. Yeah, Yeah, I was doing some acid with my friend in the woods. And it just came up in a conversation. I don't know, we were just having just a circular conversation that just wouldn't stop. I don't really remember what the exact topic was, but the phrase purposeless rabbit holes came up, and that just stuck with me. I thought it was funny. So yeah. What's the worst SCAD building? You must go to SCAD. I'm sorry. It's not that terrible. It's not great though. I think the worst building is the video game building, Montgomery, because it's in like a shitty part of town, and it used to be a coffin factory. That's not even a joke. They literally put the game design students in a coffin factory. It's a building with no windows, bright fluorescent lights, and it smells like nerds. And the floors are like rubber, so it smells like a gym full of nerds. I don't know. It's a shitty building, but I have good memories there working on projects with people I enjoyed working with and stuff. So you take the good with the bad. You take the good with the coffin factories. Are you gonna do an Elder Scrolls related video anytime? Probably not. I'm not really a huge fan of Elder Scrolls. I actually bought Skyrim again recently on PS4, which was a shitty move because Bethesda's a bunch of fucking assholes and I shouldn't give them my money. I'm sure there are good people at the ground level. I'm sure there are great humans developing games there, but just playing Elder Scrolls just makes me mad at this point because Bethesda makes me mad at this point. So there's so many people making Elder Scrolls content on this site. I couldn't add anything to that discussion because I don't really have I'm not invested in that world or that lore or those games really. So probably not any Elder Scrolls content coming out here anytime soon. Favorite comics? Well, Preacher, and Preacher. Because Preacher is the best comic book that's ever been written. Bold statement, I know. And I haven't read fucking every comic ever. I actually haven't read that many comics at all when you really compare me to like an actual active comic reader. But I don't know, Spider-Man Blue, that's great. I think there's I don't remember the exact name of that run of comics. I think it was called Peter Parker Spider-Man. Humberto Ramos did the art. And it just looks gorgeous, and it's got one of the best Green Goblin and Spider-Man moments I've ever read. Oh, just go read. I think it's called The Return of the Goblin. Just if you're gonna pick any part of that comic series, read that one. It's really good. But yeah, mostly Preacher, because it's fucking incredible from start to finish, and it's like the only comic that's ever made me cry right at the end. Just beautiful, just hilarious. It's one of those things where you'll be laughing your ass off one page, and then just burst into tears the next page because it does such a brilliant job of balancing its like razor sharp tone of humorous and just horrifying. It's blasphemous, it's fucked up, the characters are brilliant. There's a whole cast of crazy characters. Don't watch the show, just read the fucking comic. I'm not gonna go get it, but I have a fuck communism lighter, like the Jesse Custer's lighter that he got from his dad. I have that. Prototype or Dishonored 1? Weird comparison, weird question, weird comparison between Prototype and Dishonored 1. Prototype, because I don't know, it's one of my favorite games ever. But if the comparison is between like Prototype and Dishonored 2, I go with Dishonored 2, because the gameplay of Dishonored 2, you just can't fucking beat it. The level design in that game is probably still the best I've ever seen and played. Like, the level design in Dishonored 2, I made a fucking video about it. The first editorial, really officially, I ever made was about the level design in Dishonored 2. Because it is so incredible. Why are you gay? Asking for a friend. What?